Whether I'm painting, drawing, sculpting or sewing, I am to the very core of my being an artist. 6 years ago, I moved onto a tiny narrowboat in Wales, and since then my art has been limited to, well, tiny things. I've spent quite a lot of time working in textiles the last few years, but now it's time for something new. This year I'm discovering how a small space can contain a whole world of possibilities. My name's Jo Hart and this is Spider Thread. Spider Thread is the world that embodies a liminal space where darkness and mystery meet playfulness and whimsy in ink, textiles, watercolour and acrylics, and any other media I get my hands on. Today I'm creating a spooky ghost girl in acrylics on a wooden panel. I often don't start with detailed drawings, I like to just let the process flow. Acrylics have always felt like an old friend for me. As soon as I start mixing colours and put brush to the surface and building light and shadow and shape and form and colour, I get into a flow, and it's like I'm accessing a part of myself that can't be accessed any other way. Painting is like therapy for me. I've been working primarily in textiles for the last few years and I've missed this so much. I've missed just creating a whole world in acrylic paint. I think there's something really special about taking just a few limited colours and just mixing them to make a scene that's atmospheric. There's so much you can do just with one or two tubes of paint. The colours I'm using for this piece are just Prussian blue, phthalo green, titanium white and black. That's all I need. I want to keep this quite loose. I'm not putting too much detail into it. I just want to enjoy the process. There's going to be some elements of abstract painting in it, but I want to create the form of a ghost girl that looks like something you might see out of the corner of your eye in woodland at dusk, just shimmering between the fluttering leaves. One of the things I love about acrylic painting is that you can let it evolve. So you can start out with a shape of a figure and then you can add to it and let it take on a life of its own. This is a 5x7 wooden cradle panel. It's about 20mm deep. So I'm going to be continuing the painting over the edges of the panel onto the sides. So this won't need any framing. I will be adding some gallery fixings to the back of it though, so I'll be wiring it so it can be hung nice and easily on a wall. I've always loved painting trees, especially wintry trees. There's something very primal about the dark, dramatic branches. This painting is going to be part of a collection of 3 panels. I'm going to be selling all 3 separately. I'm going to be releasing them together all in one go, and then they will all be available individually. I'd love to paint some larger panels as well, although I need to move my sewing machine out of the way and make a bit of space in here. This has very much been a sewing studio, a doll making studio really for the last few years, but it needs to change, so I'm going to be moving my sewing machine and all my sewing gear out of the way and bringing in more 2D painting kind of equipment. If you're enjoying this one, please don't forget to hit the like button and let me know. You can also subscribe if you like so you can see what I create next. I'm releasing 2 more videos at the same time as this one, so I will put links to those up at the end so you can see what else I'm creating. to give her kind of the impression of a face. I'm giving her some hollow eyes, but I don't really want to give her any other features. I'm keeping that feeling of her being just like a corner of the eye phenomenon. Like a spooky face you might see in the semi-darkness. This little ghost for me is like the ghost of an idea. She's not fully formed yet. She's kind of ethereal and free-flowing, and she's becoming something. I'm looking forward to taking this idea further, so if you'd like to see more like this, go and watch one of the videos on screen now, and I'll see you next time. Bye.